Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Magic and Paychecks. That is the series, and obviously you know me, Yasmin. Hi. So I guess let's go ahead and get straight into the topic of discussion, which there never really is one, so there's that. But so I guess I'll go into talking about the aftermath of me quitting my job. It hasn't even really been that long. It's only been, a week out since I officially no longer work at Sweetgreen. And it's been a weird ride. Like, even though it hasn't been that long, me leaving has not been that long ago. But I will say I'm definitely going through a range of emotions. Well, one, I feel like they did me dirty because my last day was supposed to be July 2nd, and I was supposed to, I wanted to be able to have my last day to be able to say bye to everyone, and, but I didn't get that because they said, oh, you want to give you 2 weeks? Well, fuck you, bitch. Not necessarily like that. I don't think it was a particular person that I feel like did this. It is okay. It's okay. I still got to see all the people that matter to me most at that job, and the ones that I have not gotten a chance to speak to since then, I will be in touch with them. Now, I will say, at first it was very freeing. I feel like the week of my birthday I was off of work, and then that following week I thought I was going to go back to at least work until Friday, and I would have that day. So, I get a chance to say bye to everyone, but that is not what happened. So, before my birthday, that Saturday, that was my last day. And it's been weird. At first, it was it felt freeing, and it's nice to be able to get up and literally, I make my own schedule. I get to work on music when I want to. And then there are other days where I've been so used. I feel like this is actually just conditioning for me working all the time and living in a capitalist society. Yeah. But there is a part of me that it gets nervous because, I'm doing this. I'm working for myself, So whether I succeed or fail, that is completely based on what I do. That's a little scary for someone who came to the realization sometime. This actually before I quit, I was realizing that I had a genuine fear that I would not live up to my potential. And that shit is scary. This shit is real as hell. And it's only because I can't even blame it on anybody in particular. It's just, I've always kind of been on my own, and I've always had to work. I've always had to keep a job so I could pay bills. But it's been difficult for me personally. I'm not going to say this is the same situation for everybody else where, some people do a really great job with the work-life balance, but that has never been a thing for me. My work-life balance has been horrible. And I will definitely say that it partially has something to do with me having ADHD. I feel like the way my brain operates definitely does not operate in the same way that a lot of other people's brains work. And I have really bad impulse control, which I don't necessarily know if it's I have bad impulse control. And then on top of that, I'm dealing with executive dysfunction disorder, which stops me from doing a lot of things and getting a lot of things done, which I kind of struggle with. But it was just the idea of having me going into a place and someone basically dictating what I do with my body, my physical being. I'm allowed to go on a 30-minute break. I'm allowed to only take 10 minutes to sit down. I have to clock in at a certain time. I have to clock out at a certain time. I feel like once you've worked just a job especially a job that you just don't really like that, and you're not really doing what you want to do, that shit starts to take a toll on you mentally, because I don't feel like we're as human beings, as spiritual beings, we're not designed to do shit like that. Yeah, capitalism. Capitalism. We're not designed to do shit like that. And I think me having that level of awareness that like we're all spiritual beings and we should be able to do whatever it is whatever the fuck that is that we want to do and live our lives and our values should not be based upon how much you can get done at a job, like how much you can produce. Like, I am not a machine. I'm a human being who's come here to experience life and experience other beings. And then that's not to say that good things can't come out of working with other people in these regular jobs. But more often than not, I feel like these jobs take a toll on your mental. And for those who have worked in the food service industry, you know, those who work in retail, like, and even the people who work in big corporate jobs, like, you know what I'm talking about. And then it's weird even then to like tell someone like, oh, I'm quitting so I can go pursue what it is that I want to do because I'm unfulfilled. And some of these people, their first reaction is, oh, so you have another job lined up? Ma'am, sir, they, them, I'm not quitting my job just to go work for another person. I'm quitting my job so I can fucking live my life, okay? I want to do the things that I want to do, and I don't want anyone to be able to dictate when and how I can do something. That, okay? Is it scary? Yes, because I'm literally in control of what I do on a day-to-day basis. That shit is scary. For someone who, like, I have structure, but the way I structure things is very chaotic. But that chaos works for me. But sometimes it also works against me, and I have been struggling with that for a very long time. But I've also found that it's easier for me to get into my spiritual practices during this time. And that has definitely been a huge help. Like, I used to meditate, no joke. It started off with me meditating for like 10, 15 minutes every day to a point where I got to a point where I was meditating for like an hour and a half. Like, that's how good my meditation game was. When I tell you I was, like, I already have like spiritual gifts, which I'm gonna get into that. I can get into that in this video as well. But like, my spiritual gifts, because I was taking that time to meditate and I was working less and I was manifesting so much at that point in my life. Like, I didn't necessarily need to work a full-time job because I was literally creating and manifesting my reality and the things that I wanted into my life. And for whatever reason, I think it was just like peer pressure from other people that I just kind of fell out of it. And then feeling like I had to work more, even though it's just like, well, girl, you're literally creating your own reality here, and you're manifesting everything that you want. You're manifesting large lump sums of money. Like, why would you go back over here? But it was because I had peer pressure from other people that made me truly believe that I had to be, you gotta go chase the bag. You gotta go make all this money. It's just like, okay, money is cool and everything, and it's great. It allows you a certain level of freedom that, like, that you don't get if you don't have it. But I don't want money to rule my life. There's more to life than just money. I want to live. And the thing that, like, what got me the most, especially with working the jobs that I had worked, was that I would go into work. I'm already dealing with depression. I'm dealing with having ADHD. So I'm already questioning a lot of things about myself. And then you go into a place where they don't really care about your emotions. They don't care about how you feel. They want you to produce. They want you to come in and get shit done. And it's just like, that's great and all, but like, trigger warning. I was very suicidal. I really didn't believe that, like, my life was valuable. I didn't think that people cared about me, so I was drowning for all intents and purposes. And I came from a traumatic I came from a traumatic family. I had a traumatic past childhood, so I'm just like, I'm trying to make sure I get therapy and so much before them, but I'm also the only thing I can seem to do is afford to live. It's like pay bills. That's all I could seem to get done. And when you are living like that, and you're always in this constant state of survival, and trying to be a valuable member of society, it gets to you. It does. And I don't think, for the people that are really close to me, they know that what I've been going through and what I have dealt with. But this is the first time I'm like really talking about it. I didn't even think I was going to talk about this, to be honest. But I feel like it's just like capitalism and the effects of capitalism on society. Because almost all of us motherfuckers is running around here like suicidal and depressed. Yes. And I paused because like I went to deep thought. But like, this is what it is. This is what it is. And I used to be one of those people that like thought that I was here to save the world. And that's really what I like genuinely believe that. And I don't necessarily believe that now. I think before I start being Captain Save-A-Ho and save the people, I need to figure out how to fucking save myself. I didn't know how to do that, but I like this weird ass like, okay, I don't want to say it's a God complex, but I feel like I had a God complex at one point. Like I was on the borderline of like, no one cares about me, suicidal, I will unalive myself. On the other extreme side, like I have all the answers. Like all the answers are within me, and if you just learn to trust yourself and learn to do this, then you can have the answers too. Which it's not wrong, but the way I was going about it at the time was very wrong. But anywho, I think for the next episode, I'll probably get a little bit more into, my abilities and an update on how things are going. Oh, also, I got my first order. I don't know if some of you guys have seen my post on my Protect Your Crown page. If you're not following my Protect Your Crown page and you're only following my artist page, don't mind the ambulance. They had their 15 seconds and now they're gone. But, so yes, follow my Protect Your Crown page and you'll get updates on all of my holistic products and what's going on with that. So yeah. And also, I guess to end this, because like I said, I'm working on a previous video, I'm working on bringing a little bit more magic into my videos. So for this week, because I know last week I talked to you guys about doing a cleansing candle magic. This week I'm doing a protection magic, which is very simple. I have oils from different crystal shops that I've been to, but I also like kind of made my own little concoction. And it's kind of the same thing with last week, except I used the black candle because, I don't know, today was like an off day for me. I slept a lot. I think today was the day where I was like, oh, okay, today I feel a little scared. I'm feeling not lost per se, but just like worried. Because I was eating popcorn earlier, okay? I was eating popcorn and a part of my tooth chipped. And then I got a letter from the IRS and I was just like, bitch, what the fuck's happening to me? Like, what is this? Like, I know it's probably not a big deal to y'all, but it's a big deal to, well, it's not a big deal now. because I got to like write it out, write out about it, like write it down in a little journal and everything. But just to like take some extra precautions, I did some candle magic and use a black candle, use my protection oil. For protection, I feel like clove is very good. Salt, pepper. Trying to think what else. I think salt is one of those dual things where it can be used for anything. Salt is a very good protector. I had some oil that was soaking in black tourmaline, obsidian, which I just kind of did this myself, and I used that into like I poked 3 holes into my black candle, and it's just a little like 3-day candle that I have, but I poked a hole into the candle. Used the oil that was soaking in with the black tourmaline, obsidian, and some salt, and then some other oils as well, which those oils are not mine though. I got those oils from Objet de Spirit and Arts, which is on Sunset and Gardner. And then another one was the Conquering Obstacles oil from Objet de Spirit and Arts. So if you guys are looking for some good oils, Objet de Spirit and Arts is one of the stores that I do go to, and they are, I mean, they're not paying me for this, but that's just the kind of like, if you guys want to get started in dabbling in candle magic, which is a fairly simple, fairly easy magic to get into, I think that's definitely a good place to start. All right. I guess that's going to be the end of this video, guys. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. You are so loved. And, here's some good juju for you. Lots of love, lots of light. And, yeah, we are at this thing. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Remember, guys, stay dangerous and fuck some shit up.